Hello, how's it going? Happy Thursday. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys much warning, but I've just been busy with that sample sale. It's a lot of work. Since there's just like one of each item, I have to photograph, make a thumbnail for it, make a description for each item, post it, figure out a price, all that stuff, do the photography. I'm sick of my table moving in the camera view. Sorry. Anywho, I hope you're all doing well, and you're not working too hard. Let's see. I have my jeans that I've made a few times here on the table. My pattern. I've made the ginger jeans a few times. I've made the ash jeans, the Morgan jeans, and now I'll be making the Ames jeans, which I've never made before. And I learned a few things about this pattern when I opened it up last night, so I'm kind of excited to talk about that because I had no idea how they structured the pattern, and they structure it is that the word I want? They have two main fit options, basically. Apple or pear. Cashmerette patterns, here's the jeans right here. Cashmerette patterns focuses on curvy sizing. So the smallest size in my pattern envelope is size 12 and it goes to size 28. Hey Conrad, nice to see you. I haven't seen you on the Twitch lately. But I haven't been on there much, I have to admit. I've just been doing my own thing. So, oh, I know what I wanted to put on. I want to put this on. When I record videos, I take this off. There we go. And I want it right here. Okay, cool. So, anywho, I have some stretch denim here. I already had it pre-washed and everything. It's ready to go. Let's see. So, the size 12... Do you want me to... I'm going to shut my door. It's loud, huh? The size 12 is a 32-inch waist. For the apple style, they say the hip is 42. For the pear, the hip is 43. And it goes up to size 28, where the waist is 48, the apple hip 58, the pear hip 59. So, and I'm also going to show you it compared to my pattern so you can kind of see, because I was really curious. I was actually really confused when I first opened this. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Because they give you the pattern in like halves. So you pick out the top half, and you can see what it says. Front apple fit, right? And then there's a front and a back for apple and pear. And then you pick out the leg style you want, skinny leg or straight leg. Here. I'm gonna go straight. And I was actually kind of confused at first with the envelope because it said something. It made it look like the pear was in straight leg and the apple was in skinny. I'm not an apple or a pear, and I am just in the size 12, but it compares to my pattern very nicely. So let's check it out. So, oh, and then I wanted to show you the difference. So this right here is the back. Right? So this is the, right here, this one's the apple. Can you see that okay? Hey Melinda, nice to see you. Your quilt turned out really cool. Your bat was awesome. Alright, so this is the apple and this is the pear. And so I'm going to show you the difference in fit. So let's see, I'm going to line this up on the grain line. I'm going to just assume that that's what their 00 is. And so you can see the difference here. The top one, this one right here, is the pear. The under is the apple. You can see that there's a little bit less waist here on the pear on the side, but more on the apple. And it swings a little different here. So these are the subtle differences. The rise is a pretty big difference. Can you see that? So there is the apple, and this is the pear. So the pear extends about an inch more. The height at the top is about the same. Oh, sorry, Allison. Yeah, and I was kind of sneaky today. I know there's probably going to be a few folks going, wait, you're streaming? because I didn't put out a schedule today or this week. I've just been busy on that sample sale, and I wasn't sure if I was streaming this week, but I'm really craving making some jeans. I know I probably have enough pairs right now, but I just really love sewing jeans, and I've never made the Ames jeans, so let's do it, right? I have some denim. I have all the stuff I need. So we'll do the rivets, we'll do the tack button, we'll do the zipper fly, all of it. Hey, Malin. Nice to see you. I'm even thinking that I'm going to drag my other industrial over, my like old school industrial, so I don't have to change threads. Fancy. That's how I used to always sew. I used to always have 2 machines side by side so I could have 2 different thread colors. It's a little trickier to do that. You don't really have 2 industrials as a home sewist, you know, but I happen to have 3 here because I haven't sold the other 2. So I'm going to take mine, my old one, the one that blew up, so it just doesn't have the electronics. I think I'm going to put it side by side. I think I can get another camera on it. I'm going to use the iron camera for it. So all right, so that's the comparison just for the back of the apple versus the pear. And like I said, I am not an apple or a pear. I'm more of an hourglass. And I'm going to go for the apple because I'm definitely not a pear. I'm definitely a more apple-ish after the like, after COVID, right? Oh, yeah, I know. That stuff's kind of glitchy, Allison. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, look at this. I don't know if this notification will show up, but someone's really nice and gave me a donation through Streamlabs. Let's see. Yeah, look. And then she says, this is her name's Sam, or him, sorry. Said, your video on sewing the inset panel for the Charlie Captain was so helpful. I was nervous to tackle this bit, but following your tips and advice made it so easy. Thank you. That makes me so happy. I love that. So, yay. Hey, Ray, how's it going? Oh, my gosh, your username is yellow. Oh, Minna. Hello, Minna. Nice to see you again. Nice, nice. Oh, you're still working on the Fairfield? Nice. That's a good one. I should actually make a couple of those. I don't know. Maybe. I don't have... I think pretty much all the streams are planned for the rest of the year. Hard to believe. All right, so like I said, I'm going apple. So let's get rid of this pear here. You know, I haven't done my I'm doing the BP November weekly post, but I have so many things to post about lately that I feel bad like posting all the time. So I haven't done yesterday's and I haven't done today's, but I'm just trying to think like yesterday's was habit, and I'm trying to think like what's my habit, you guys? What is my habit? Is it, I want to say that it's putting everything away, but seriously, if you saw the floor in my office, you would know that's not true. All right, so let's tape these together. So I picked the straight leg. This is the front, and this is the front. Oh, this pattern piece. I'm about to lose this pattern piece, so I just want to put it there. And I'm going to show you how this looks compared to my ginger jeans. So, Beverly, that's awesome. So glad to hear it. That is so great. Oh, and I don't know if you guys listen to podcasts or if you listen to So Organized Style, but she interviewed me the other day. It was really a pleasure. And the interview is up on their page. So Organized Style. Organized with a Z, or an S, not a Z. So funny, when I heard her say that, I was like, but that's how I spell organized. So this is one of my weird quirks. I think because I've studied a couple languages, I'm not like fluent. I used to be very, very passable in Spanish, but not anymore. And I've been around, I've worked for a few folks that don't speak English as a first language. It is very normal for me, and I've watched so much. I've been to Great Britain so many times, and I've been around so much British media that I literally spell organized and realize with an S. So when she said that, I was like, oh, that's right. My autocorrect even does it for me now. That's a quirk for me. Yeah, just the buttons to go. That is, I mean, that can take a while. Like, I don't do the buttons and buttonholes on stream a lot because I don't have my home machine here and I don't have a camera on it. And putting a camera on a home machine, the angle is just, it's just not that great. The head of the machine obstructs the view of the needle, the throat plate, and the bed so much that the industrial is just better. So I don't typically ever show me doing buttons and buttonholes, and but that can sometimes take a long time. Like those buttons and buttonholes I did on that sagebrush dress, that took me a really long time, like a few hours, because I hand sewed all of the buttons. We know how I feel about hand sewing, and I you know, did a little demo on it. Good morning, Barbara. How's it going? Okay, I'm just taping this together. So we're making the Ames jeans. Kind of wish I would have trimmed this like mess off, but whatever. And the Ames jeans by Cashmerette come pear or apple fitting wise. So I was doing a comparison so you could see what the difference between the pear and the apple is. I'm picking apple. I'm not quite an apple. Hello, Mrs. Necro. How's it going? Let's see. You know, you can do straight leg or skinny. I feel like skinny is pictured in both these views. I'm kind of hoping for that because I'm going for straight. But you can do skinny or straight leg. And this is why I'm taping on the leg right now, because I selected the straight leg. So you can see right here it says View B, straight leg, and then there's the lower half of the leg for a skinny version as well. So, I know, right, Barbara? I do need a button foot. But you know, my understanding was that was a kind of a less temporary attachment. It's kind of a pain. So I'm not sure. Alright, let's get rid of a lot of this paper. So I'm not well into the sizing of the Cashmerette size chart, but I am kind of falling into it at the bottom. I'm going to be making the 12, which is the bottom size. They have been not extending their sizing, but they're extending the number of sizes and going down the size chart. So there is more options now. I don't feel like they needed to do that, but I'm pleased they are, because there were a few patterns I really like of theirs that they were not my size. Alright, so I'm just going to lop all this off. I know this makes some of you guys nervous, but I don't care. I don't want it there. Ah, no worries, Melinda. You never need to explain or apologize. Seriously, dude. Don't worry about it. I'm really glad you've been coming. It's been nice. Things happen all the time. I'm kind of in the same boat. My internet changed so bad, so much so that I can't even watch as much as I like to. Right. Exactly. What is this? I'm trying to not just throw this all on the ground. Not that you're all watching me. So I'm just trimming all this off. And then I'm going to compare these to my pattern. So my Ginger Jeans pattern is pretty much the same as how it comes in the package. I have made a few changes to it. I honestly couldn't tell you. Crap. Oh well. I'll tape it on. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure I raised the back waist a little bit. And I probably tapered it a tiny bit. Yeah, right, Mrs. Necro? Exactly. Yeah, I'm more of an hourglass. Lately, I'm a little more of a there's less of this in the middle of the hourglass for me. I've been eating a lot of black licorice, ice cream. You name it. Biscotti. I've even been drinking a glass of wine occasionally. Okay, so full disclosure, I don't have regular tape. I don't know where all my tape is. I know I showed you guys the removable tape, but this is what I have. All I have is removable tape here right now. So it'll hold. Oh, that's cool, Beverly. Yeah. Yeah, that's really awesome. That's clear. That really helps. My buttonhole foot is not clear. And I know that's my buttonhole foot because it has the grooves on the bottom, you know? Yeah, the ginger jeans are really awesome. I've made the, what did I say earlier? I made the Ash jeans by Megan Nielsen Patterns. I really love the fit of those. I've made the Morgan jeans, which is a button fly, non-stretch. I raised the rise significantly on those, and I really love those. I made those not even in jeans material. I just wore those the other day, and I posted about them. And then I've also made, Morgan, Ash, Ginger. Isn't there another one? Morgan, Ash, Ginger. And we've made the Mountain View pull-on jeans. So if you're newer to sewing and you don't want to tackle some of the things like a waistband or a button or zipper fly, the Mountain View pull-ons are pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. Mountain Views. I know that they seem kind of like I don't know, like I feel like my mom would be like, we are not doing pull-on jeans. That is a slippery slope. But they're pretty cool. I'm gonna leave these lines. This is fine. All right, let's compare my pattern pieces. I did cheat a little and looked at my pattern pieces before I started streaming, mainly because I wanted to make sure what size I was doing and if I had enough fabric. So, all right. So here's my front. Yeah, all the snacks. I literally have eaten so much black licorice. And my daughter works at a really great candy store. For the Mountain Views, I'll go shut my door. For the Mountain Views, Beverly, that was a 20% stretch denim, I'm pretty sure, which is not hard to find anymore. The denim I used, I really don't know the ounces I used, but it wasn't a super heavyweight and it wasn't a super lightweight. Yeah. Oh, the Helen's Closet pant pattern. I don't know that one either, but someone here might know that one. Ready to wear pull-on jeans. They look really flat across the front. Don't have any of those little bumps under a tunic top. Yeah, that is kind of nice. Yeah, and that is actually one of the things I really love about the Mountain View, the pull-on style jeans, is that, especially maybe like for me, I'm feeling a little lumpy these days. I always feel a little lumpy, but I am so much lumpier right now. Something like the Mountain View pull-ons is, it's more slimming because you don't have all the bumps, you know, of your button, your waistband, your zipper fly. You still have pockets, but those are a little lower across your hips. And I do think, like, if you're looking for a smoother look, like as far as the way your clothes fit, it is a lower profile. Ardens. Oh, thank you, Malin. The Ardens. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so there you go, Mrs. Necro. Malin's made a couple pairs of the Ardens. She really loves them. Are those the ones that you just shared on Instagram, Malin? Because those were really great. I can't even remember where I got that denim, Beverly. I think I got it from my local fabric store. I used to keep track of all this stuff. I just don't. Sorry. Maybe when I'm sponsored, I do. But I just don't usually, like, by the time someone sees the video, the fabric could be gone. It could be a year from now. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at where the rise lines up. And we're going to look at the grain line. I'm going to make my grain lines parallel. And I'm just going to kind of do this. So this one looks a lot smaller. The leg looks about the same width. So you see that? The leg looks about the same width, but the upper pant looks quite a bit smaller. Maybe I should go up a size. Of course, now that I've already chopped all that off, right? And because I did look at the back, I may even raise the. Do I want to do that? Let's put that there. Parallel. Always make sure your grain lines are parallel if you really want to get that kind of true look. Look how sharp this curve is. This one's a little more gentle. All right, so we have this one. Maybe I shouldn't have just compared the back, but I did. I just compared the back. Yeah, well, you know, you got to make sure you get the right pair of ginger jeans when you buy those, because I didn't, and mine were so low I had to raise them. You missed chopping? No, I haven't done anything, Michelle. I just chopped off the sizes, the extra sizes. Okay, so let's see here. Let's compare the back. There's my grain line. It's about... I stole my ruler. Where's my ruler at? All right, let's see. Let's make this 5.5, 5.5, so we can kind of tilt this a little bit. Okay, so this is, and so the back is, it's almost identical. Look how much longer. Oh, yeah, never mind. Look how much longer my ginger jeans are, though. You see that? Inches. So I'll definitely look at the inseam because, you know, you gotta, I think it's really important to, if you have a pair of jeans in your closet or whatever you're making, I think it's really great to measure something you know. It doesn't matter if it's what you want. So say you have a pair of jeans and you're like, gosh darn it, I'm finally making my, I don't usually say gosh darn it. I cuss really bad, so I just don't hear. I just want to be honest. But I'm setting out to make my own jeans, and because I'm so sick of everything in my closet. Raise your hand if you've been there. And you are like, okay, I know I don't want them to be like this. It's such a great place to start from, knowing what you don't want. So I highly recommend getting those out and going, all right, these have a 28-inch inseam and I don't like how short they are. What do I really want? Like, put them on and then figure out, oh, I'd like these to be 4 inches longer, you know? So I think that's really important to do. Right now I'm wearing ginger jeans. I don't know which version this is, but I'm definitely going to measure the inseam and kind of compare it to what I'm cutting out today. I actually like these because I don't like, I wear a lot of clogs, which are kind of clunky and kind of heavy. I don't really want tapered pants, you know? So there is, Mrs. Necro. Pretty sure there's 2. So yeah, it is, Barbara. It is interesting how it shifted. It's not really shifted, it's just different. So yeah, I might uncrumple and iron tape, exactly. I definitely don't want my gingers to be smaller. I was kind of like, okay, cool. These have a little bit more in the back waist, and that's great. That's what I want. So the other thing you have to remember is that there's a back yoke. And you have to take that into account for your waist. I very, very, very often, so many times, have forgotten completely about the back yoke. And I measure that back yoke seam right here. That is not the waist seam. That is not the waist seam. I have done it so many times and been like, what's going on? So you have a yoke. So don't forget the yoke. There's an apple and a pear yoke. So let's compare it. It's quite a bit different. So here's my yoke that I've made before. We'll just line it up down here. And we'll line it up there. Here's the size 12. I'll just hold it up for you guys. You can see the size 12 text is poking out right there. And you can see my yoke is less swoopy right here. This one's actually narrower here as well. So It doesn't mean it's wrong or right. It's just different. So, all right. So, what do I want to do? I'm not going to cut the sides off now. All right. So let's see. Can we find our front? And we'll just tape it back on there. Did I do the front last or the back? Can't remember. Let's see. How about this is the back? Oh wait, I think I'm right. I think this is the front. Is it? Let's see here. That is definitely, this is the front. Okay. Well, that got lucky, but why doesn't that line up down there? All right, well, that's it. Let's put away my gingers and figure out actually what size. Maybe I would do the size 18 on the front. And then keep the size 12 on the back. You know? Yeah, no worries, Sydney. Your cats are keeping you busy. They're so cute. I'm making sure. Oh, I need to turn my chat. Just so you guys know, there's this funky thing in YouTube where it says live chat or top chat at the bottom. So I just enabled. So if I missed your comment, I didn't reply, please ask again. Except I don't like how everybody's colors changes once I get used to what your color is. All right. Yeah, Sydney, we're making the Ames jeans by Cashmerette. There we go. And I'm gonna do the apple in a size 12-ish. I'm comparing it to my gingers right now that I've made a few times. All right. So the back I'm going to leave as is, so this yoke will be fine. But the front, so what if we did the, here's the 18. Yeah, I think I'll do the 18 on the front. And then the length, whatever I want. Okay, so let's see here. And then this, I'm going to look at my inseam right now. The pants I'm wearing. This is going to be the most inaccurate way, but it'll give me an idea of what I'm wearing right now. See how it compares. So 29. Oh, look at that. So I may have, oh yeah, look at that. So I may have added a lot extra so that I didn't make this mistake again. Knowing this is so something I would do. I probably used my pattern a little bit to death. It's hanging here and the pieces are kind of destroyed now. So I made what I call a manila pattern of it. And then I probably added a bunch so that I wouldn't accidentally end up with cropped pants again. I love cropped pants, but I would much rather roll up my pants. I just like the way that is better. So, oh my gosh. Cats just think they're in charge. All right, so let's see here. Let's get these out of the way. Yeah, exactly, Sydney. So, yeah, because I wanted to kind of know how these will compare so I know fit-wise what to expect. So I want this. think I do. I don't even know what it goes to. This could be actually the top. Maybe I do want that. Yeah, so I don't know what size my gingers are. I want to say 14, but I actually don't know, you guys. I really don't know because every size in a company is different. So it just goes, I go by the measurements. I don't really care about the size. All right, so let's make sure we really think, I really do think this is the front because it has this right here. And I know that that would be this pocket opening here. Do you have cats, Ray? I can so see you having cats. I hope you have cats. Oh yeah, this is it. All right, so let's get this nice and smooth. Should I iron this? I love ironing paper. I used to love sewing paper too. You know, like there's a lot of times where, especially when I was in the design room, you know, you sometimes don't have what you need to like cut something together and sew it. Most design rooms I worked at, they have a sewing machine. But you do have paper, and so you can print out your pattern pieces on the printer, just like the regular little office printer, and then sew it together, just to see, like, is this gonna work, you know? Or I've used a stapler. Hey, Cass, how's it going? Why are there so many detached pieces? All right, well, did I say, oh, no, oh, Cass. Don't you know how I rush into things and I just chop off the pattern? No. So, this is the Ames jeans by Cashmerette, and they come in apple and pear style. So they allow you to pick the upper portion in apple or pear and the lower portion in straight or skinny leg. So that's why these two were detached. And then I thought that I was going to cut out the straight up 12. Because I had compared it to my ginger jeans that I've made a bunch of times. And they looked, I only compared the back though. So the front is much smaller. So I'm going to add back all this that I chopped off. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's fine. Michelle started drama. I went crazy with the scissors, you know. Just call me Sarah Me Scissor Hands, you know. Now you understand. Ugh. And it never laid flat again. I have this big old piece right here. But look, it all matched now. Not bad at all. And removable tape is totally fine for tissue. My brain is not fine for the tissue. I'm about to toss it across the room. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to do the 18 instead. On the front only. Yeah, Sydney, I know. And it is, I will say, like, so this is what it says. This is why I was a little confused. Oh, my God. I'm just gonna move that out of the way. Yeah, Sydney, me too. Tickle. Oh. That's cute. He left. He took off. He's hoboing it. I picture him with like a little stick and a bandana hanging off of it with his, you know, catnip inside. He's just on a little trek, right? So, yeah, so right here it says View A, apple, pelvis. I'd say hip girdle. I wouldn't say pelvis. I would say a hip girdle. And skinny leg, and this one says pear, pelvis, and straight leg. I have the autofocus off, sorry. You have athletic calves. I love it. They explain the difference, how they constructed it, apple versus pear. Beverly, was it you asking about what denim I used for the mountain views? Here she recommends 9.5 to 12 ounce stretch denim. So I don't know if you're looking for an ounces recommendation. I have no idea what mine is though. And then where was I going to show you that I was a little confused? Maybe it's because I was thinking like, oh, I think because I hadn't opened up the pattern pieces yet, I didn't know that the straight and skinny leg options were interchangeable. So, all right, let's do this. Let's just see how many errors I can make when I cut this. Oh, look, I have more pieces here I could tape. So maybe I can pull this off. Does this go here? You guys thought you were going to catch me in something. You're going to swear? Okay, cool. Oh, you helped him move. Oh. No. My sister and I were just talking about that yesterday because she had to put down her elderly dog that we all love so much, Astrid. And she was saying, we were talking about something else completely different, but she was like, oh, I really miss Astrid. And we were talking about, we started on this path of like, well, hopefully, like, you know, first it started with my mom's last dog and our last dog, all frolicking in a grassy field. And then it just devolved into every pet she and I have ever had in our lives. And my family has had a lot of pets, you guys. I was like, I guess we're really pet oriented. It was really funny. And I was like, oh, and Humphrey and Chihiro. And she's like, oh yeah, and Inky and Kizzy. And the guinea pig started coming out. And I was like, oh, and my potato bug. She was like, I bet they're all wondering what that is. I'm like, as long as they're not wondering about eating my chickens. It was so funny. I was like, oh man, we have had so many pets. And we take really good care of them, so they live these really long lives, you know? So, I really lucked out with this paper, the front being right on top of the bin. Hello, Elena. How's it going? You made the Ames last year. Ooh. Oh, well, that's a good solution. I think that can look pretty cool. Do you like your Ames then? That's good to know that they're kind of, they do seem like slim to, not slim to the leg, but they don't look much different than my Gingers. And just like what Sydney had said, I didn't find the straight legs to be very not skinny. Okay, so let's trim this off here. I don't like the fussy junk like this, you know? The tissue paper is already so fussy. Alright. So I'm doing a 12 back on the 18 front. That seems so weird. I'm going to just kind of take a gander, see what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to trim off the 20 here. This size is printed this side of the line, so this is the 18. Okay. The funny thing is, I would have to have said that out loud even if you guys weren't here. This kind of stuff. I still cut it off. God, I hate tissue paper. This is the 8. Oh my God. Just go find someone who knows what they're doing, you guys. Ay, caramba. Oh my gosh. I'm really try-harding right now. It's like a domino effect. Okay. What's Saramy's tip when we do stuff like this? Okay, here we go. You're skinny girl. Okay, cool. Pets are the best. Ames sounds challenging, like a puzzle to be able to figure out. I was a little bit like, what the heck's going on here? But I've definitely made this more complicated, Michelle. I would just stick to what they say. So you get to pick straight leg or skinny leg, apple or pear. That's pretty straightforward. The legs do seem like a modern straight leg. They're not very full. So, yeah. You know, the Mountain View pull-ons, I think a lot of people get pretty excited about those. And then they're like, wait a minute. There's a seam on the back leg. There's a seam that goes down the middle of the back leg. And we talked a lot about it. We did a sew-along. Chat and I did a sew-along almost 2 years ago. We've done like 2 sew-alongs, and that one was really awesome. And we were all like, So some of us were going to not do it. And I was one of those. And I decided to do it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. This gal seems like she knows what she's doing as a pattern designer. It doesn't look like it's a style choice. And so I'm just going to go for it. I never even noticed that seam at all. And they do add a nice little bit of shaping back there. So, you know, sometimes you can do those kinds of things. Like, what if you're low on fabric? You can, you know, seam things together. And it ends up being fine, you know. So, all right. So let's look at this. So if I do the 18, but 12 on the back, I might want to taper right here so that I don't have to worry about my side seams not matching. The hem doesn't match, doesn't grade in length. See? I only have to worry about it at the top. Yeah, so you can find it in the bottoms playlist for the Mountain View. And I really, we definitely like did a lot of streams on that. So we kind of took our time. And what's great is that you can jump ahead. You don't have to listen to all my stories about my great Aunt Tessie. I don't have a great Aunt Tessie, but you know. Yeah, I really like those Mountain View. I almost wore those today. Alright, so cut these out. Wanted some spice. I think there's a couple people I haven't replied to about timestamps, and I'm sorry. I'm just working on the sample sale, and I have been looking at email. So I will reply to you. I think that's Beverly and Eliza, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let's see. Can I get them across? I'm not sure I can, but I can get them almost. I might unzoom a little bit. You're really not missing anything though, because this, yeah, you could actually, there. You're not missing much. My table's not very wide over here. So with jeans, one thing I want to stress if you're cutting out your jeans is definitely pay attention to the grain line, because you don't want the legs to torque around your legs. So, and the way you can do that is by just measuring your grain line and making sure it's parallel to the selvage. Now, if you have your selvages lined up and there's no torquing on the fabric itself, you know, you have these lined up really nicely and there's no torque lines on the fabric, you can actually measure from the fold as well. So, yeah. Yeah, I did, Beverly. I'm really sorry. I just saw yesterday that I hadn't replied. Did you give me a pattern that you want to do? I can't remember. Because if you have something in mind, let me know, and then I can give you the steps so that you can just type the time next to it. It's much easier, I think. All right, so let's get this close. Let me see if I'm kind of close to being parallel. So that's more close. All right. I was so glad that this fabric was washed. So when I see, can you see these? You see these lines? This is from the laundering, so that's a wrinkle right here. That kind of thing, I kind of try and avoid. If I have the fabric, I kind of try and avoid that. You know, I'm going to bring this closer to me. Like that. And I'm going to lengthen these two a little bit. So you see these lines here on my fabric? They're actually smooth, but they were wrinkles in the laundry. I try and avoid those because sometimes, you know, they're really bad, and I feel like they're always going to be a problem when I wear the garment. You know what I mean? Siri, go away. Siri, go away. I don't know why Siri's trying to communicate with me right now. Carolyn pajamas, perfect. Do you want to do the top or the bottom? That's what I was going to ask you, Beverly. And which video do you want to do? Because there are a few. You probably want to do the woven. I think I only did the woven top once and the bottoms twice. That's what I think. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you actually go to my website, Mrs. Necro, which is soso.live. And then all of the videos for every project that I do are linked there. And it's very concise. It's not like a ploy to get you to my website. I just find YouTube a little bit sometimes out of order and a little confusing to navigate. So if you just go there and you look up Mountain View, you can just type Mountain View in the search bar. It'll pop up and it'll have like a little synopsis of what I did, what size I made, what fabric I used. My personal notes are underneath, and then the links to every single video. So that way you know where they are and what order they're in. That way it's like kind of spoon-fed. I like doing that. And I do that for all the projects. So, okay, cool, Beverly. Thanks. Yeah, I don't think so, Sydney. I don't think those wrinkles will ever go away. It's the same with linen. I try and avoid them. You know? I'm suspicious. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're doing the 12 here. And then this is the back. And I'm going to add a little. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a weight here. Like this to remind me. Because I barrel ahead. We know that. Maybe if I drew on I could do that. I could draw on the fabric. I'm just going to add a couple inches. Just add a couple. Because they look about the same length as what I'm wearing. I do think things shrink more and more as they age. Do you guys feel that way? Let me go. There we go. I don't like using this weight. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. I was trying to make it so I didn't drop anything, and then I did. Yeah, exactly, Mrs. Necro. I know, it's kind of frustrating. Like, I, all the time, am looking at people's playlists for things. And it's so aggravating if it's not in order. I totally get it. Fabric bin out, put all my scraps in. Oh boy. It's a little far away from me, so I went on a little bit. So there's only notches. I don't really need those, but I'm gonna put these. We wouldn't want to sew our yoke backwards, would we? That was just a friendly teasing to someone I know who did that. All right, so I need the pocket marked. I need some pins. Everything's out of place because of the sale. Hey, Adina, how's it going? I did draw on the mark on the fabric. It's temporary, but that's okay. That's better, right? I feel like I was responsible for once. You know? I'm going to mark my pocket on the right side of the fabric, since that's the side I'll be sewing it on. And I don't want to use anything that'll disappear for that. I got to decide what my pocket stitching is. I actually think I'm going to do a cat. I usually don't have an idea, but I think I'm going to do a cat. And I'm going to do a different color for the top stitching too. I think I might try find a Kelly green quilting thread. Oh, nice, Sydney. Do you have a pattern in mind? Hearts liked the Hudsons. She got them. She said they were gonna be great. So I feel a little better. I felt bad that I didn't change the thread color on those. On that waist. That was pretty bad. So naughty. You know? Come on. Stop that. I have this weird chunk out of this fabric down here. So it won't pull very nicely. Alright, so got our front, and we are cutting a different size. I don't think I've ever done this where I've done such a gigantic difference in the front from the back. But because I have the ginger jeans as kind of a, you know, a gauge, a guide, I feel like that's the safe thing to do. Let's find out if we're a little bit close. So this is close. And okay, I made it on here all the way. So I think I will just leave it right here. Oh, but I need more room for the hem length. I feel so smart that I remembered that. It'd be so like me to just shove that all the way down, not leave that extra that would be so me. I would not leave the extra 2 inches down here. And then I'd be like, oh well, I have to do the shorter length, even though that's not what I wanted. I'm so glad I remembered. I hope I don't jinx myself. I hope I actually can stay remembering. I'm getting kind of close to this edge though. Okay. All right. Let's put that there for a second. You just looked up the Gertie PJ free pattern. Oh, cool. The ones I made before are the Made for Mermaids, Lexi. Oh, right. Do you like the ones she found, Lexi? Sydney? I want to see them. All right, let's put the 2 inches here. You guys placing your bets that I'd forget. When I mark this, I'm kind of doing I do a parallel line to the hem. Just so you know, the grain line is always perpendicular to the hem. And that is one of the 0 points on a pair of pants. That's not where, I'm not going to talk about 0 points because I don't want to bore you guys. But it is really important to know that the grain line is always perpendicular to the hem. So when you go to adjust things, as a pattern drafter, this can get really tricky. If you kind of get astray and your side seams or your inseams aren't lining up, you kind of get down this terrible rabbit hole of adjusting this, and it's kind of the robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it's a really bad rabbit hole, and you kind of just need to back way up and see where your error is. So, but when you're just going to add some length, add a parallel line to the hem, and then I'm going to do a perpendicular line from the new line to the hem here. So now you see how this is at an angle? Now if I don't want to taper it, because see, right, if I want to just keep this same exact hem width, we can make a mark. Can you even see that? Sorry. Siri, go away. I don't know why Siri's coming on. I have her off. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this very good, but let me see if I can do a darker color here. I'm not gonna do anything fancy for mine, but I'll show you what to do. So here's my 2-inch extra length line right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna square a spot from the original point. Actually, this is my original point. This is the size I'm cutting right here, right? So that's this point here. If I want to keep this exact same hem width, and we'll go to this new one over here. All right. So now, if you just drew a straight line from here to that new point, your hem would go like this and then straighten out, right? So if you want to do something a more gradual taper, you can kind of start higher up, you know, kind of find your line and then kind of put it in line with the original line. You don't have to do the squared off weird hem, you know. Oh, it's this line right here. Okay, here we go. I was looking at the 20 again. All right. You know what I mean, jelly beans? All right. And now I don't know what to do with my camera here. It's super funky. All right, let's cut this piece off here since it's bugging me. I'm going to this line here, and I don't have to worry about anything down here, but up here I'm going to need to kind of finesse it to work with the side seam going to the back, which is a 12. So basically what I'm going for is the circumference of a 12 in the front and an 18 in the front and a 12 in the back, and the length of the 12. So, thank you, Ray. The Gertie ones are definitely not joggers. Are they saucy? She has fun. She's fun. She has some fun videos and stuff. All right, this is my line right here, right? Yep. So I looked at the sewing for the zipper fly, and it's almost identical. I feel like it is identical to the Ginger jeans. So that's easy. I know that one inside and out. Wait, I'm going for this line here. Dang it. Now, I know it seems probably like that's a big difference, 12 to an 18, but you're really not talking about much. Look at this. What is that? Maybe 1.25 inches. There's usually only 1 inch between sizes when they're numbered. All right, so we're going for the length of the 12. Oh, I just really don't want to lose. I really want them to be high-waisted enough, you know. Oh, they're 1930s style. Wide leg retro. That's cool. I'm going to go for the regular 12 here. All right. I actually looked in the mirror today. I like pulled I have like a little white tank top, and I like pulled it. I have to stand on my tippy toes on my clogs. So I pulled it down, and I looked at where my jeans were hitting me, because I was looking at the cover of this pattern, and I was like, that's kind of low. You know, that's kind of low. And then I looked at the pictures inside, and I was like, that doesn't seem very up at the waist, but this is exactly where my pants are, and I like that. Any higher, I mean, higher is fine in some cases, but it can get a little bit cumbersome. All right, so here we go. This looks good. You can clip all the way to the circle right now if you're doing, you know, the zipper fly. I am going to, because I'm going to take away this piece of paper. A lot of people do it after you finish this front edge, but I find putting this through the serger almost impossible. So if I have this clip here, I can actually serge this and then serge this, and it's so much easier for me. Maybe other people's sergers are a little more dexterous. Dexterous? They don't have hands, so I don't know if they can be dexterous. Alright, so now we're going to cut all the little pieces. Well, there is a notch here. I was wondering why there wasn't an inseam notch on the pants. I typically will skip notches. Like if there was one on the outseam, I wouldn't worry about that. There's one right there, actually. I don't worry about those. We can do it if we want, but I always do this one on the inseam, because most likely the front inseam, if you measured from the hem, go all the way up to the crotch and come back down the other hem on the other leg. If you measure that compared to the back, it's probably a different length. This helps the torquing that the legs can do. It helps prevent it. And it just adds a little bit of ease in there. All right, we don't really need this, but I need to add that notch on my back. Okay. I was like, what the heck? I thought that was kind of a mess. If sergers had hands, maybe they would be more helpful. We gotta just put this inseam notch. I really like this. I kind of ignored it in years past, and then I was like, oh yeah, I should not have ignored that notch. Because what happens is if you don't have this notch, what will happen is you'll sew your pant leg and your rise won't match. When you get to that halfway point, the rise seam, the crotch seam won't match. And you need to ease one into the other. I think it's the back is longer than the front. Pretty sure. Alright. Got our backs and our fronts. I have plenty of fabric. See, I have this big old chunk cut out. If they could thread themselves. If they could weave in their own end. I mean, just think of the possibilities, you know? Okay, those are interfacing. So we have the waistband is a curved style. We have the yoke. Don't need this. We have the zipper shield, coin pocket. I'm gonna not do the coin pocket. I don't like them personally. This is the front pocket facing. I think it's huge. And then pocket lining, which I have separate fabric for, and there's the back pocket. I hate it when I put my hand in my pocket and the coin. I start putting my hand in the coin pocket. Hi Sherry. I'm not sure actually. It's probably a medium weight. So like an 8 or a 9 ounce would be very lightweight, more like a spring or summer denim. Right, Sydney? And just think if they had a mouth, they could blow all the fuzzy stuff out of your machine. If sergers had arms and mouths. We're not asking for much here, are we? All right, so let's see here. This is definitely going to be on there. But I have this piece I can do. Oh, I could probably do the yoke on this, but I'm close to this Funkorama of these wrinkles. So maybe I'll do that. Front pockets, back pockets. All right. So maybe I should have said agile. My serger's not very agile. Maybe other people's are more agile. That makes it sound like they can like leap over a hurdle though, you know? Oh man. Oh wait, this is the grain line. Let's see, is this pocket symmetrical? It looks like it's symmetrical. Unlike the ginger jean pocket which has like a little bit of a hip shape. I just really want to put my pocket in this little spot right here. You know? Where's the fly? I guess it's built in. I only need one of these. I'll do this. All right. I always, every time I make jeans for you guys, I always forget I need pocket fabric. And I'm like, dang it. I don't have any pre-washed pocket fabric. That's why I have so many funny, they're not funny. I like what I have, but I think that if I were got to really pick from whatever I wanted, I probably would have made a few other choices than what I had. Today I'm pretty happy with what I picked. So I'm limited to what's already pre-washed in my studio, you know, so I have to look around. Okay, these are probably for the coin pocket, so I'm not going to worry about those. I'm not sure what this notch is for, but I'm going to do it. It's not a belt loop notch. It's probably where the front comes right here. So it covers up the front probably sits right here. Okay, we have this fly shield. Let's put it right here where there's no wrinkles. Ooh, this is an interesting shape. It's not angled. Huh. Okay. Oh, jerk. I'm going to put this with this only because it looks like a scrap. I don't actually know. It is stretch. Yes. Oh, they better be. Yeah, they're stretch. Gave me a heart attack. I actually have non-stretch denim over there, but it's kind of heavy. Let me get rid of all this. Yes, so the Ames is a stretch denim. If you're looking for a non-stretch, the only one I've made is the Morgan jeans by Closet Core Patterns. I really dislike really short grain lines. Yeah? Give me more grain line to work with. I don't feel like I have a size 12 booty right now. I feel like, but I definitely feel like I have a size 18 front. So that does kind of hold true that they're different. I'm almost done with all that licorice, you guys. I don't know the weight. Yeah, I don't know the weight. I'm sorry. If I were to guess, it's a medium weight. So it's definitely a medium weight. It's not a heavy weight. You can just see how like pliable this is. It's not boardy and stiff. It does have a lot of nice structure to it. I probably got it from either my local fabric store, but I don't think this one's from them, or when Closet Core sold denim, I bought some from them, and I bought it from Blackbird. Dawn jeans that are the jeans to be all jeans. Oh, I don't know. What kind of... I like black licorice. I'll show you the ones I'm really into. If you like black licorice, I can show you what I'm really into right now. Wait, these go here. I don't have the packaging. So this right here, these little ones that look like honey hives, I love these. And then this right here, these are like called chalk or something like that. And so I love these too. These are my favorites right now. And yes, I do have a black licorice dispenser. We all do. The Dawn jeans to be, I don't know. I haven't made those. That's so that's so inviting. The jeans to be all jeans. The Dawn jeans aren't they? They're stretch, right? And that's Megan Nielsen. I made the ash. Oh, interesting, Sydney. Wait a minute. Denim that has French terry loops on the back. Is it a... It's actually denim? Yeah, those are both Dutch style, and I got them from Licorice International. Just be careful. They send you this free little sample. And that's how I got hooked on these chalk ones. They're not messing around. Their little ploy worked on me. I love black licorice. I just I feel like in a way it cuts my sweet tooth. Even though I'm eating black licorice. This is so interesting that this does this little... Am I meant to go... I think I'm meant to do this one here. Boy, this yoke is so small. It's so small. This is like, can you tell I'm doubting everything? That's why I'm cutting so slow. It did feel like for a minute everyone who was anyone making the Dawn jeans. Yeah. Hi, Una. How's it going? That's what I was thinking, Beverly. Oh, yeah. So those little honey skep ones. That's how I feel about those. I think if you like molasses, they've got more of that molasses taste, and I like that. This has the belt loop mark. I think I'm putting belt loops on. Huh. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I think jegging fabric does sound kind of... Would it be cozy? There are some black licorices that do have chocolate. That's very popular in Iceland. I saw a lot of that. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Australian black licorice is not my favorite. I had it when I was there, though, and I had it fresh, and it was awesome. I loved it. I was so sad I hadn't bought more, and then we moved. Like we changed location, so I couldn't go back and get it. But when I get it here in the States, this sounds really harsh, but it tastes like gasoline to me. I don't know what it is about it, but almost every time. So I'm scared to buy it most of the time. I have a good candy store that stocks a pretty serious black licorice section. And my daughter, you know, she's watched me eat it for years. It goes this way. Can this fit here? Yeah, so I'm just going to flip this fabric. So it was funny. She had a gentleman in the store recently. And she said he was a little bit, like, shy. He was a little shy as he was shopping the black licorice. And she said, you know, I don't know if you've tried this one or this one, but I know that a lot of folks find it really popular. And then he really opened up because I know how he felt. Sometimes people give us a hard time for liking black licorice. And so you don't really want to talk about it with anybody else. And what they sometimes recommend to you is just like, you know, like red vines, black vines or something like that. And so she said, so he was kind of like a little tentative, and then she said, well, my mom's a really big black licorice lover and she loves these too. And then he really opened up and he's like, really? Okay, I'm going to try those. So it was really funny. I was like, oh, I so know that guy, you know, I so know that feeling. All right, so I'm going to cut the size 18 because I increased this. I'm just going to cut up the flat 18. I also like an all denim waistband. They give you the option to do denim on the outside, lining on the inside if you like, but I like denim on both. So that's just my preference. So it's not as cozy as you thought. It's much cooler. Ooh. Oh, the Aussie brand. Yeah, exactly. I like the panda licorice too, but it's not. It's more like a candy. Yeah, I'm glad you found us too, Una. I didn't post a schedule this week. Sorry, I wasn't sure. Lots of haters on the black licorice. I know. I'm like, I'm sorry. Anytime I'm with my friend Brooke, you guys all know Brooke. She's a moderator here sometimes. She'll eat some with me. I'll be like, she's like, you got your licorice? I'm like, oh yeah, I got my licorice. She'll have some. She's like, okay, you know, she's kind of okay with it. I want to get my other one right there. Let's see if I can. We're doing the 18. 18. Oh. My gosh. 18. Is there any cuts here? Yeah. Okay. Definitely eyeballing the grain line a little bit. Some folks like bias cut waistbands. Some folks like straight cut, not curved like this. Some folks like the fabric lined. I think that this is a full-on preference. And the reason I like all denim is I do not like my waistband stretching out over the course of the day. I don't like doing it on the bias for that reason especially. I like it to feel very sturdy. you know, and like it's not going anywhere. I really, really, though, dislike it when my waistband stretches out over the course of the day. I know that this is stretched denim, so it seems like that would happen, but a lot of these stretched denims, they've come a long way in quality, and they don't really get stretched out, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, right, Ray. I had conveniently forgotten about that till you just brought it up again. Thanks. So I need to cut 4 of these since I want denim. Can I get that in there? Yeah, dang it. I don't think I can. Shoot, I could have gone down a little further. I love challenges like that, you know? I like to clean up my fabric as I go. Shoot, I'm gonna have to go like all the way up here. Wow. I'll probably go to the bottom then of this weird piece. Dang, look at this weird piece of fabric I have, man. It is weird. We're gonna do this. This will use less fabric if I cut it from one side. You're welcome. You're such a brat sometimes. Okay. I'm lining it up on the fold line right here. You can't see it, but there's a fold right here. That's how I'm keeping it on green. Oh, and let's see here. I'm reading. All right, I'm going to criticize pattern on one little thing. They put the grain line here, but the text is here. Did I just cut my other one? I cut it correctly, right? I cut it like that. Okay, I did. Okay. But I almost cut this one incorrectly. I have gotten smacked for doing that, working places. For not putting my green line near the text. Like this text should be here then. There's some other company we ran into that did something like that, and I was like, don't do that. Confusing me. You understand that? That's true, you did. I saw that. Ray just did the Alcott timestamps, and I haven't updated the pattern yet. And she definitely included some of my chitter chatter. Yeah, I do, Sydney. You know, honestly, Sydney, if they could make the denim like that you buy 2 ways, like the stretch denim and then the waistband non-stretch, like a little piece that you got with it that's non-stretch. Oh, exactly, Una. Yeah, and for me, it's 12:30 p.m., like lunchtime. My husband's in town. Speaking of which, he said he might drop by lunch. Okay, we have these 2. Where's those little scissors I keep abusing? Here they are. I don't need the double back there, even though that actually would be really helpful so that I sew my waistband together back here. That is a good point. Let's notch that. This goes here. So that you don't accidentally confuse the center front of your waistband to the center back. Exactly, Sydney. Hey, Patty, how's it going? Nice to see you. That'll definitely keep the pattern piece with. Let's clean up this piece here. And then we're going to cut the pocket bags and the interfacing, and we're done. The perfect wind down. Oh, Penny. It's Patty. Oh my gosh. Right? Yeah, I think I like putting the interfacing in there. I've done both. Well, I've done the fusible and non-fusible. I think I'm going to treat myself and do fusible this time just because it's a little easier to sew, even though I like non-fusible. That's so funny. I mean, just because I struggle with that too. And I probably, Ray, honestly, you've always gotten her name correct. I'll bet it's me that has thrown you off because I'm always the one who gets Patty and Penny's names confused. So you can blame it on me this time. I would like to say that I am almost done with this fabric emotionally. Like, I have loved it so much. I've made it into so many things. Usually I make a fabric I really love into something and it's out of my system. This is one of those fabrics that never has gotten out of my system. I have so many things made in this fabric. And today I was like, this is it. This is like your last like little bit of a yard. And I was like, that's okay. And that's the first time I've thought that. Yes, back to cats. Oh, you are, Allison? I love that backpack. I love sewing that backpack. Yeah, I've made a few of those too. All right, do I want to center this on cats? This is the one. This is the one that shows. This is the one that doesn't show. Okay. Let's try and get a couple cats. Okay. I think I've got some. In fact, if Brooke were here, she'd probably say, you still have some of that? Hey, Rachel. How's it going? I don't know. I love the colors of this fabric. I just really like it. Okay, I'm going to cut the size 18 width. But we need the 12 in the height, but I'm just going to cut it a little bigger. So we have a little wiggle room here. Holy moly, what is going on with this hem? I kind of freewheeled that. Not hem, but the bottom there. Do I have any cuts in this? Oh, okay, okay. I do the gigantic notch there. Still a little smaller there. Not notch that. So we need to still talk a little bit more about what kinds of gift sewing you'd like to do for December. I kind of want to make some more of those wallets because I just like sewing that thing. I did talk to Hearts, and they are going to send us another apron pattern, and it is completely different than the last one we made. Someone was wondering about an apron, so that could be cool. Oh boy. I'm sort of freewheeling this whole thing here. I'm going to lay this on my pants pattern and kind of true it all up. When we're at the machine. Oh my God, this hem. Not hem, but edge. I think I'm going to have some splaining to do to myself when I'm sitting at that sewing machine. We'll just leave these together. So I'm going to go to the store, and I think I'm going to get a Kelly green thread for my top stitch. I have, Sydney. I have, and I've knitted some too, but I don't wear them, any of them. All right, so we just need to do the interfacing. We have this and this, right? We need the, do we need the fly shield? Nope. Are you going to make some, Sydney? Oh, I need to cut the belt loops too. Actually, I think I have. I always look for these selvage pieces. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. So, I'm not going to do the coin pocket. So, the pockets have interfacing, and I have to admit, I'm usually kind of cavalier and I don't do that, but I'm going to today. Feeling like following rules. Alright, so let's see. Let's I think I might be able to get all four. There's no grain line on interface on this kind of interfacing. Can we get all four in here? Maybe. Oh, you know, Patty, I think, oh, get sewing. Sydney, that's a great idea, actually. Do you know of a pattern? You have seen a couple patterns. Would you email them, links to them? Yeah, Patty, so I think you might like this pattern they're gonna send us. That'd be nice. That'd be nice, Rachel. A little gingerbread. You really took that to the extra mile with that, with the icing and all that. See, in theory, I want to wear aprons. In reality, I never do. I really wish I did. Okay, so if you're doing, you do not need 4 of this. Do not listen to me. You do not need 4 of these. You do not need 4 of those. You need 2. Just remember to make a left and a right because it's fusible. If you're using fusible, you need a left and a right. My brain kind of always leaves me when I start doing the interfacing for some reason. You don't need to do the notches. Yeah, I think it's got some construction to it, meaning like it's not just a flat front, and it has it looks high-waisted to me, so that might help with the height issue. I need to cut these too. I'm not sure why there's a notch. I checked these and they weren't some asymmetrical, so I'm not sure why there's a notch. It may be that there is a assistance in lining up your pocket to the pants. Maybe that's why and you use it as a guide. But I don't think you really need it on the inner facing. It's going to fit along the top or it's not. You're going to iron that puppy down, right? All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. Slip this in here. Hey Donna, welcome. Thanks for coming. We're almost to the end here. Today we're cutting the Ames jeans by Cashmerette. I'll be sewing these on Saturday, and I have to say, you guys, I kind of want to sew them straight through on Saturday since I've been kind of shorting you guys on the streams. And I know complete sew-throughs in one thing are just so much more appealing than finding the part 1 and the part 2. And now that we're doing timestamps, I think that would be also kind of convenient. But we'll see. Because I haven't stitched my back pockets yet. And sometimes I usually come to the stream with those already decorated. So we'll just see how it goes. This is the back of the denim, but I'm just going to lay them out here. I kind of munched it right there a little bit. A notch for noobs. Well, yeah, but you wouldn't normally notch interfacing. I don't really see any help with that unless it's really tricky to see what side, like maybe what edge you're lining up. But then you could just do something else, like text. We have our waistband. I like laying this out because I did this anyway after the stream to take a picture, so you're just going to have to suffer through it today. It's also, this is like, all right, I know, I feel like most sewists don't like the cutting part of it, especially when they're first sewing. I was so in that boat. I hated the cutting part. I just wanted to get to the sewing, you know? I've changed drastically with that feeling now because, what is this? Oh, this is the pocket facing. I think it is the very much a creative part of it. What am I missing? Am I missing something? I have this. I'm not missing anything. So, and when I do stuff like this for the, like when I take pictures for the thumbnail, this sometimes is where when I catch, I forgot to cut something. So, this is what the inside of my jeans will look like. Right? Except for the pocket. This actually goes like this. All right. Let's slide them over a little bit. I'm excited. I am so excited to sew jeans. I love sewing jeans. And I'm excited to try a whole new pattern. Rachel, right? Yeah, and I think when you're newer to sewing, it's really hard to know what do you want to invest your money into, because you don't know, like, you think you might be interested in this one genre of sewing, like, oh, I'm only going to do coats, oh, I'm only going to do tops, I'm only going to do jeans, I'm only going to do quilts, whatever it is, right? And then maybe something kind of tickles your fancy, like doll clothes, you know, like just sewing doll clothes, and you really get into that. Well, your tools can really dictate how pleasurable of a sewing experience you have, you know. I'm not a big, I don't throw a lot of money at gadgets, gizmos, and widgets and tools and things like that. I have quite a few of them, and I use them, but it's not something, I just don't think there was quite the number of them when I was learning to sew. And so I didn't have that temptation, you know. And I think you start also realizing what drives you the craziest about your sewing experience. And for me, it was cutting on the floor. I absolutely hate cutting on the floor, like kneeling on the ground, pinning things, getting them stuck to the carpet, pins getting in the carpet. My back kills me when I do that. There's something about my physiology that when I'm kneeling on the ground and crawling around, sometimes my pelvis slips out of alignment. And it's really bad. Like I can't do anything for like a week. So, and I don't have back issues or anything like that. So for me, getting a standing height table was key to my sewing satisfaction, you know? Hey, Eliza. Liza, I owe you an email. I totally thought I was waiting to hear from you, and you did respond with what you wanted to do the timestamps with. So I'm sorry about that. I'll give you the steps soon. So I think once you have things to make certain things you dislike the most more pleasurable, and things you won't hate as much, I think that's when you can kind of tip that thing, that little step or task into something that makes the whole process better, you know? So, and for me, it's a standing height table. I love, and I like the way I like my fabric stored. Also, it's a very creative thing. Like, I love being at that table in there and being able to plan things out. So, yeah, right, Rachel? Exactly. Yeah, the risers. Risers are so great. And you know, I know like getting a table, having the space for a table, first of all, and it not being your dining room table, because that kills your back too. For me, it really killed my back cutting at the dining room table. I didn't have one in my early 20s. You know, we ate on the couch at the coffee table on the floor, you know, or in the beanbag chair. So yeah, I didn't, and I shared spaces, right, with roommates. So getting a dedicated table to cut things out on that my machines didn't have to be pulled off of, that was like, things turned great for me then. I think that was really key. And I know how expensive tables can be. My studio, it is not like beautiful. Like I just use what's inexpensive because I needed so many of them. So I just use those Gorilla shelves and a piece of plywood. This table here and the one I have these 3 tables right here. But even this has an industrial base, even though it has this beautiful maple top. This one has a plywood top, and then I have 2 that have the maple top. I got those at a company that I actually don't really like supporting, but it has the industrial legs. So they're still not beautiful, you know, but they work. The top is nice. Hey, Nicole, how's it going? And I'm not that tall, Adina, but I just feel like there's just this one little like angle that you sit there, you know. It's like leaning over the bathtub to bathe your pet or your child or hand wash something. Oh, I hate that. I'll do it in the kitchen sink if I can. Yes. Oh yeah. You can't put your legs under the table. Right? Yeah. So doing these little things like where I lay it out, sometimes it'll trigger like, oh shoot, I forgot I don't have X, Y, or Z, and it's usually something. You guys have seen me forget something, right? I know I have a tack button. I know I have rivets. I know I have a zipper. I don't have thread, so I need to go get some thread, unless I want to just use the standard denim thread, like the standard colors you see denim top stitching in. I have a bunch of that, but I kind of want to do something different. I have tons of those, and I like my jeans looking different, so I remember how they fit. You know, I saw someone. See, the quilters have this nailed. In that little white elephant quilt swap I'm doing right now. You guys, I'm so out of my league. These people are amazing. I really need to finish mine. Here's mine right here so far. This is all I have done so far. I have this little like rainbow, and I'm making an advent calendar for any event or time of year. But some of them are so amazing. But I've seen like some of them print a label for whatever it is, and it'll say the blah 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 quilt for the white elephant gift swapped 2020 by so and so, gifting to a mystery person, and they print that out and then they sew it into their thing. And you know what? I really want to do that for a lot of my makes now, because I sometimes can't remember, especially the jeans. I kind of want to do that on my jeans. Because the printable fabric in your printer, it's really soft. So it wouldn't bug me. So maybe I'll try and do that by Saturday. A standing height table. Oh, congratulations, Elena. That'll be so nice. That'll be so nice. There's so many great options now, too. I've had portable ones that, like, the leaves came down, too. So, you finally won a machine? Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing. That is so cool. Wow, Nicole. The red cutting. Ooh, and heavy. Ooh. Hey, Bernadette. How's it going? Yeah, you know, like I was thinking red top stitching would be so fun. I was thinking that, but I couldn't find pre-washed fabric in my stash for my pockets. And when I started thinking like Kelly Green, I was like, oh, I wish I had something I had one thing pre-washed, and I was like, I think I can get away with it on this though. So, oh, that is so cool, Nicole. That is so cool. Yes, we're shouting. That's pretty cool. All right, I had a question for you guys. Oh, I know. Are you, Adina? Oh my God. Adina, you missed what I said about those the other day. I was like, yeah, sewing this thing together was fast. Everything else was not fast. It'll be a long time before I do one of those. Yes, we understand, Nicole. Oh, I know what my question is. So I want to make pillow shams to match my Jelly Roll twin quilt duvet covers I made. And I don't want to piece together fabric for the shams from the same fabrics I used for the duvet, because I want them to be softer against our faces, because my husband and I both use the pillow with the sham on it. I know most people, those are decorative and they take them off, but ours are functional. We don't have a bed with a lot of pillows. We just have 2 pillows each. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about very simply designing fabric in Spoonflower using the color chart that I have printed, and maybe just doing like a half square triangle type of thing, and then uploading to they have this panel quilt feature. Panel quilt? What's it called? They have this quilt feature on there that's really cool. And I was thinking about doing that. I don't know. Are you guys interested at all in watching that process? I pretty much know how to do it. I just, I'm not a fabric designer, but this is actually a really cool feature they have. If you ever want to try, maybe you want to swatch a bunch of fabrics because you really are trying to figure out the right one, use their quilt feature. It's so much cheaper. It's so much cheaper to get a bunch of swatches, and you can just, especially if you do like 6 of the exact same print in each colorway it comes in, that'll look seamless. It's really cool. So I'm sorry, Adina. I'm sorry, Adina. Yeah, that quilt, man, that thing almost killed me. I was like, but my husband loves it. He's like, oh, I love sleeping under this. So, and our pets do too. I had my corner turned down on mine, and my cat was sleeping on the corner. I was like, gosh darn it, that's the part that's against me. So, okay, so my camera's crooked. Why didn't you guys tell me that? I don't know why you guys put up with that stuff. That would just drive me crazy. I'd be like, can you straighten your camera? Please. All right. So this will be my little picture for my thumbnail. So I'm going to be sewing you Saturday. There's a chance I'll do a complete sew through. I'll start at 11 a.m. Pacific. I will be having a sample sale soon. If you're interested in anything like that, sign up for my newsletter, because I'm probably only going to tell them, and then maybe a couple days later I'll announce it on social media. It's just simpler that way. It's a nice perk I can give those folks for putting up with being on a newsletter list, and it gives them first crack at things. There's not a lot of people on it anymore, so it's kind of a manageable size. I'll tell Patreon as well, those folks as well. You don't need to do both. You just need to do one of those. And it'll be like all kinds of stuff. Project bags, zip doubles, pin cushions, onesie twosie things. Seriously. So, yeah, Spoonflower's pretty cool. I think it's fun. I haven't ordered fabric from them in a while, so I think that would be kind of fun, because I would really like washable shams. I'll probably even print them twice, because that fabric, after a bunch of washes, it may fade a little. I might as well just print it twice, you know. Anyway, yeah, so, okay, cool. I'm going to come out with a schedule soon, probably through the year. I think the Kelly Anorak is going to be a project we get to do, but it might not happen before Christmas. It'll probably happen after winter starts. Yep, pie slices. There's a bunch. I'm going to do the Ames jeans. Oh, and I'm thinking about doing some more, I don't know if I have time for that, but I kind of want to do some Beatrice stuff, some dress form draping and stuff. So by the end of the year, I think I'm going to be doing these and definitely the gift streams. So we'll come up with some things. I'm going to look for a slipper pattern. That sounds kind of fun. We have the apron. And then we're going to do a finally finished object week. So we're going to have that big push to get all our stuff done by the end of the year. And then if there's any other weeks left. Oh, and I have a sponsored stream coming up the first week of December that I think you guys are going to love as well. It's kind of a surprise. So there's not a lot of weeks between Thanksgiving and the holidays. So I got to kind of start thinking about it. So, all right. So thanks for coming, you guys. I will see you Saturday, 11 a.m. We'll be sewing some jeans. I'm excited. This is definitely my comfort sewing, so I'm down for it. So thank you so much. I will see you guys soon, and I'll get back to the two of you for the timestamps. Anyone want to do timestamps for me on a video? I'd really appreciate it if you're already watching one. I will give you the steps. You don't have to look them up, and you just need to write down the time and tell me, and I'll do all the rest. If you're interested, just email me, sewsolive@gmail.com. People find them really helpful. So, all right. I'll see you guys soon. See you Saturday.